Here's your word for the day from Calvary in Lake Havasu. Visit us on the web at calvaryaz.com.
Hi, Calvary. I have your word for the day today. One of the things I remember most about my grandma is she used to love prisms that she would hang in the window. And then what would happen when the sunlight hit those prisms is it would throw rainbows all over the room. And, as kids, of course, we'd spin them and then the rainbows would dance around the room. It was something that was so unique to my grandma. I just knew if we were at grandma's house, we were going to see that. And the amazing thing about those prisms is there's so many facets and angles in there that it can throw those rainbows all over the place. And today's passage is from Ephesians 3, verses 7 through 13. And there's a lot of richness in this passage, but I'm going to just focus on one verse right in the middle. So I'm going to encourage you to go back and read Ephesians 7 through 13 on your own. But listen to what verse 10 says. So that through the church, the manifold wisdom of God might now be made known to the rulers and authorities in heavenly places. What an amazing verse. To think about God's wisdom being manifold. So the idea there is that just like a diamond or just like that prism, there's many facets to God's wisdom, right? We have God's wisdom in His Word. I mean, we know that God's wisdom provides a solid foundation. We know that God's wisdom changes lives. We know that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So respecting the Lord is a part of wisdom. In this passage, we see that the riches of Christ, the grace of Christ, which is accessed through faith in Him, is another facet to the wisdom of God. And it says that this wisdom is made known to heavenly beings, to heavenly authorities and rulers through the church. Through the church. Through us as a gathered group of people who are trusting in Jesus and following Him together, the facets of God's wisdom are made known to angels. That's so amazing. When you look at the book of Revelation and you see God's people, joining the throne room of heaven to praise Him and worship Him, the angels are there also worshiping and praising and making a mighty roar of praise to the Lord. My hope for you, for me, for us as a church is that as we walk in the wisdom of grace and faith, that my life and your life will be a testimony of the power of the gospel. Not just to our neighbors, we want it to be that too, but to even realize that the heavenly authorities are looking and they are worshiping God because of the miraculous wisdom that He is pouring out on us through Jesus Christ. I hope that's a blessing to you today, Calvary. We'll see you next time.